All right, well, let's just go ahead with the audio. That'll work.
Yeah, and then if you're going to put it on YouTube, you can just put, you can rip photos of me off the net and just stick them up,
All right. Well, so my first question, I just want if you can introduce yourself, say who you are, what you do, and why so many people love and hate you.
So my name's Harley from Australia. They call me the Durianrider, and I make a lot of videos on YouTube and run a raw foods and vegan website, which has become the most popular raw foods and vegan website on the net. 30 bananas a day with my partner Freely, and we just put it out there. We share our experiences, and some people love it, some people hate it, some people don't know what to think, but we just keep doing it, having fun with it, the intention of helping people help themselves get fit and healthy.
So, why are you called Durianrider?
I guess because I like the durian and I ride my bike. And I thought that was a sort of interesting name to call myself, a stage name for the internet.
So, when did you taste your first durian? Where were you, and what did you think?
My first durian was, I read a book by Paul Nisson called The Raw Life, and he talked about durian in that book. And I went out, I think it was November 2003, I went out to the Chinese market and bought a frozen durian and took it home and ate it in my back garden. And it was okay. I was like, I could probably live without having another one of these in my life. It wasn't turned off, I wasn't turned on, I was pretty neutral. And then one day
Did you like the smell?
Yeah, I mean, I was open to it. It smelled like sort of garlicky onion. And it was so it sort of smelled like gas a little bit. But I knew that. I was expecting that, so it was alright. And then the first time I had some real durian was my friend Clinton gave me a frozen durian, and it's fairly durian, just a little bit. And I sat in the orchard and I ate this durian. I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. I'm sitting in these orchards just looking out at all the fruit trees, just thinking, man, I wish there was durian here. And then I ran inside after I finished the durian and jumped on the internet and I found a website called Durianpalace.com,
right.
Which is, I think that's been taken down since. So I found his website, Durian Palace, and that was in July 2004. And then I went to Thailand shortly after and had my first fresh durian in Chanthaburi, Thailand.
Do you remember which variety it was?
Yeah, it was I had the Chani. Was the first one I had.
Chani. Did you like it?
Yeah, I was almost crying.
Wow.
All these Thais just kept giving me free durian, and in Australia, durian costs you $80 for one durian. For local durian costs you $80 for one. Yeah, it's like, and even then it might not be good.
Recently, you've been called the Banana Boy on Australian news networks.
Yep.
Why bananas and not durian? I mean, your site is about bananas, 30 bananas a day. Why not 30 durians a day?
Yeah, good point. I guess we 30 bananas a day. We
both know I created that name, Bunny.
when we had that name, we wanted something that was represented an objective guideline. So 30 bananas a day roughly translates to 3,000 calories a day, is what we recommend active or aspiring active adults should consume.
Right.
So, and bananas you get them anywhere in the world. You get them organic most of the time, and you know when they're ripe. But durian's hard to get, and eating durian for breakfast is probably going to be a bit too heavy.
Right.
So, 30 bananas a day. Just everyone loves bananas. Durian is mixed.
Which one do you prefer? If you absolutely had to pick and say which one you liked better, play favorites, would it be durian or bananas?
Flavor-wise, it would be durian, but for high energy, it would be banana. Well, I find that the durian is, because of the fat content, even though it's pretty low fat, it's like 97% fat-free by weight, but about 20-30 calories by fat. I find the durian is heavy just because it's pretty low water content. It's a little bit fatty, versus the banana, which is still low water content but almost zero fat. On the banana is just a little bit cleaner.
Right. Right. So what do you think about that? I know, like, people following this lifestyle, they tend not to want to mix fatty foods and very sweet foods. But durian is both, and it just grows on the tree that way.
Crazy. Well, if we look at the fat content of durian, let's say 100 grams of durian is roughly 3 grams of fat, approximately, where avocado is about 15, 16 grams of fat per 100. So durian's got about as much fat as oats have per 100 grams. So it's not, compared to bananas, but at 3 grams of fat approximately per 100 grams, it's not a lot of fat when you compare it to other avocado at 15, 16 grams of fat per 100, or almonds, which are like going to be 60, 70 grams of fat per 100. So it's still very low fat, therefore it's going to be harder to digest because of that fat and protein content. Fine, if I'm going to have durian, I'll have it for dinner.
Did you ever mono durian? For any period of time? Yeah, for any period of time.
I think me and Fred did that in Malaysia one time. The durian was so good that we ate for a couple of days.
That's all?
Yeah, just full 100% mono. I think maybe 2 days, maybe a day and a half. But durian can get pretty heavy having it for breakfast, so pineapple and mango.
Right. Something a little fresher. We found that too.
Yeah.
So, have you ever felt ill? I mean, a lot of people say, especially to us when they see us eating durian and we eat a lot of it, they ask us if we feel sick afterward. You know, you get too hot, or you feel nauseous, or you get a sore throat, or a headache. Have you ever experienced any of those things?
Yeah, definitely. If you don't drink enough water, I like to drink at least litres that day before a big durian dinner. If I don't drink 3 litres that day, then my digestion isn't going to be as good when I have the durian. Durian is, I don't know, man, what's going on with durian? It's some magical fruit, but it's nutrient dense, and it needs a lot of water to process it well, in my opinion. So I like to have at least 3 litres minimum the day of a durian dinner feast.
What about a speed eating contest? Do you have any tricks for that?
Hydration. That's why I won, because those guys weren't as hydrated as me. And when the body's sort of dehydrated, the throat sort of closes up, and when the body's hydrated, the throat really opens up.
Okay.
So that's my personal experience there.
All right. Well, thanks, Charlie. I just had one other question. I hear all these rumors about you stealing durian. Is that really true? Yeah, are you a durian thief?
I think we did. Yes, that's right. It's true. I'm a thief. I'm not convicted yet, but in Australia, there was a durian farm. This is back in 2008, and me and Freely were living on the bike back then, and very poor house mice, and there was a durian farm which would just let the durians just sit on the ground, and then they'd in the weekend and sell a few, but in the meantime a lot would rot. So you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
And so there's an electric fence around the property, and you could smell the durian. You know, there's these durian trees, you could see the durian, you could see the durian on the tree. Occasionally you could smell that the durian had dropped, and then you'd there's durian on the lawn there, you know. But this place had these dogs, just really aggressive dogs. So I was shouting out trying to get the owner's attention, but it didn't seem like they were home. And so I was going to pay money for the durian so they can sell us some durian or whatever. But it seems like there was no one home at the time, just the barking dogs. So I told Freely to go to one side of the property and distract the dogs while I go in from the back and jump the durian. So the plan worked. So Freely rode her bike around and got the dogs to come over to her. So to get through the electric fence, I had to zap myself. So I had to zap myself in. I grabbed the durians, and then the dogs turned around and saw me. So these rabid dogs are running across the farm to bite my legs off, and I'm running with the durian, I throw the durian fence. And then I had to zap myself on the way out again.
Oh, gosh.
So I got zapped with electric fence. So I stole the durian, but I definitely paid.
Was it worth it? Was it a good one?
Fantastic durian. Fantastic durian. And then we went back to that property and, 26-year-old trees they were. And then I told the guy the story. I said, I saw a durian on the lawn the other day, and I've got to confess that, I didn't want to let it go to waste, and then we stole it. And he goes, it's all right, So he was pretty cool. And then we ended up durian off him, and he gave us a really good deal because he was pretty excited. We were so excited about it. And, so yeah, it worked out well. But in Asia, I definitely wouldn't steal the durian unless, of course, it was just maybe an abandoned tree, but that's pretty rare. I have found durian on the side of the road, though, that's fallen out of someone's back of the truck. Generally, durian is so cheap in Asia, and I want to support that culture that I'm happy to pay for it, because I would support that, the durian forests, definitely.